exactly what's going to be on the album, but live I'm using a Marshall reissue of a 50-watt Plexi. It's the 1987X, I think is the model number. Just through a basic Marshall 412 cab. That runs into my pedal board, which is Full Drive 2 by Full Tone. Just a Boss TU2 tuner, a volume pedal, simple Ernie Ball one. Electro-Harmonix Pog, which isn't working right now. Strymon Blue Sky, a Strymon Blue Sky Reverb Boss. I don't know the model number, RE20, I think. It's a Space Echo. And a Digitech Jam Man Looper, the old one, not the new cool one that Madison has. And then I have a bunch of stuff on my board for samples and stuff. My MacBook, and a Kai MPK Mini keyboard that has pads on it for sampling and stuff. And a Behringer mixer and a little tiny Chaos pad, the small one.
I've alternated through a lot of gear in the last couple of years with the Victor ship. Currently using a 410 Groove Tubes cab that I will never ever get rid of. I'm using a tiny Terror head that actually got modded by someone in San Francisco. It's got an effects loop. I stick to the Space Echo for all my delay. Reverb, I'm using the Holy Grail, the original one. And as far as guitar goes, I use an American Deluxe Telecaster, and wasn't really happy with the pickups. I didn't feel like they had that telly bite to them, so I had a friend who makes custom guitars, is Don Grosh Custom Guitars. He's in Colorado right now. He hand wound some a really hot set of telly pickups that kind of simulate the Fender's Texas Special. It just has a little bit more bite.
The gear I use on this next record as far as writing is going, Fender Jazz Bass that I just recently got about a year ago. I go through my Sans amp, which is always on, kind of gives me the tone and sound that I've always really wanted as far as rock bands are concerned. And I recently got a Rat pedal, an early 90s Rat pedal that Madison gave me to kind of give more ballsy, distorted feel. That's pretty much it. My Chromatic TU tuner, which is awesome too. I think we all have one of those. And then into my Ampeg B2 solid state head and whatever cab I can find. Simple enough.
Right now I'm using a Fender Jazzmaster. It's actually one of the half P90, half humbucker versions that they just started releasing. It's a blacktop. It's pretty cool, but I've switched out the tuning pegs because the tuning pegs are crap. I replaced those with the old vintage ones. I run it into my pedals. I use a Soul Preacher, a Tube Screamer. I've got this Boss Overdrive that I'm probably going to switch out. And then I'm using a stereo Memory Man with Hazurai, my old trusty RV3. I love that guy. TU2 tuner, and I'm using the big Jam Man sample, or it's a looper pedal, and it has all the delays in there too. It's a really cool pedal. And then I'm also running that into my 69 dual Showman amp. It's got Electro-Harmonix tubes in there. It's pretty nice. Usually I run it through a high watt cab, and right now I'm actually running it through a Vox cab, which sounds pretty nice. It's a little deeper. It's pretty cool.
The gear that I'm using right now, I'm taking sort of a classical approach. The first record I recorded with my DW kit, but I recently purchased a 1967 Ludwig Super Classic set that just sounds absolutely incredible. It's a completely different tone than my first set, and I'm just obsessed with it. I also bought a new snare, which is a 1976 Ludwig Superphonic 6.5 by 14, and I'm using a 42 strand snare. I have an endorsement from TRX, so I'm gonna use their cymbals on the album and use the same single 9000 DW 9000 pedal. And I think the only other new piece of gear is I got a Chaos pad, which I cannot wait to record with. It's gonna be great.